Hey there, I got my little friend again with me today because he makes me happy and he's almost the size of my head. So it means I get a good 2 cups of coffee in me first thing in the morning. And for some of us, that's very important. It makes us happy every day. Happy every day. Today is day 55 of this little project this year that I decided I was going to do. And I'm bringing you along with me because I want to be happier. I don't know about you, but I know that there is so much joy and so much love and so much happiness in this world. And sometimes I feel like it's just eluding me. So I was up at the cabin this summer and I found this little journal book that says, do one thing a day that makes you happy. And I decided that every day this year, 2019, I'm going to do one thing a day that makes me happy out of this book. I'm going to pick a page each day, share it with you on Facebook, hoping that you'll join me in this happiness project so that you can create more happiness in your life too. Because we all need more joy and more love and more happiness and more things to appreciate in our lives. The world will beat us down every day. I don't know why that is, but everything around us seems to be focusing on the negative. Think of the news media. When's the last time you watched the news and felt just awesome after you watched it? I quit watching the news back in the 80s, like the late 80s, probably 1987, I'm guessing. I remember it was the late 80s because I was working for Procter & Gamble, and I did a training called, back then it was a personal development training called Louis Tice training. I don't know, I'm sure it's been replaced 100 times now, but it was this week-long amazing training where I was first introduced to a lot of personal development things that I had never been exposed to before. My dad worked at 3M, and he would bring things home like the Myers-Briggs and different leadership trainings and stuff and share them with us girls. But me personally being indoctrinated, and not indoctrinated, but yeah, it was kind of an indoctrination. I was working at Procter & Gamble, and everybody used to joke that Procter & Gamble is a cult. Maybe that's why I'm so attracted to ClickFunnels, because I love that membership, joining, bring us all into the fold kind of mentality. Because I see the power in it. I see how it can be used for good. It can also be used for evil, but it can be used for good. So today, my whole point was that's why I gave up watching the news, because it had such a negative effect on me. And we were challenged during that week to stop watching the news. I stopped watching the news for that week, and I never picked up the habit of watching the news anymore. And before that, I had watched the news, every night. Every night I watched the news as I was eating dinner or something. It just was part of my routine. And giving it up for that week was enough to help me stop doing it, which is why I think it's important to focus on one thing every day that makes us happy. One little thing. It can be any little thing. So I'm using this book to trigger me to really pay attention to and look for things that make me happy. We're pretty good at looking for things that are wrong in our lives and that make us miserable, and then thinking about them repeatedly, like for days or months or weeks or even years, some of us. And so this year, I consciously want to search out and find more things that bring me joy, make me feel loved, and make me happy. So what's our sayings day today for today? What is our saying for today? Because it is a sayings day. It is actually from a study of adult development at the Harvard Medical School. And it says, the clearest message, magnifying glass, the clearest message, that isn't very clear for me, that we get from this 75-year study is this: good relationships keep us happier and healthier. So they did a 75-year happiness study at Harvard Medical School. And the number one thing they found from that was that good relationships keep us healthier and happier. Now, I will attest to bad relationships can help kill you. Bad relationships, whether they're business partnerships or personal close relationships, and if you combine the two, it can be deadly. They don't keep us happier and healthy. So notice that it's about good relationships, relationships that make us feel good and that are in our best interest. Those are the ones that help us lead happier and healthier lives. So our challenge today is to write down the relationships that keep me happy and healthy. So what relationships keep me happy and healthy? Well, as y'all know, I'm divorced, so I am not personally currently involved in a significant other relationship. And that is on purpose. And that is because I know that until I forgive myself for that divorce and get over the stuff that happened in that relationship and move on from it, I'm not ready to be involved in another relationship. That's a personal choice. Now, the thing that I want to point out, and I know, but I don't always live it, and I'm sure that some of us listening don't always live it either, is that I know with 100% certainty that the most important relationship that I have in my life, although I would do anything for my kids and my granddaughter and a few other people in my life, I know that the most important relationship has to be with me, with myself. I have to love and accept and understand myself more than anyone else or anything else on the planet. And so I guess my take on this is we always need to be nurturing and growing and improving, continuously improving our relationship with ourselves, our understanding of ourselves, our letting go of the past, focusing on the future, and tapping into our intuition and what feels right for us, and understanding who we are and what we want to do better and better all the time. And so I did write down the kids. I did write down my mom and my sisters. I did write down my women friends, my friend friends, because I actually have more men friends than I do women friends. My coaching students, the people that mentor me, the people I mentor. And then I wrote in big capital letters, me, because the most important relationship that we always need to work on and develop, and I'm no exception, is the relationship with ourselves. So my relationship with me, that has to be good. That has to be good before I can have any good relationship with anyone else. So tap in today and ask, how's your relationship with yourself? How do you feel about yourself? What do you love? What do you not love so much? And what are you going to do about it? Because nobody else but you can do anything about it. So that's our happiness message for today. Good relationships make us happier and healthier. So make sure that you are involved in good relationships, beginning with the relationship with yourself. Go out, make it a happy day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.